Well, it's clear it's McCartney because he literally changed the way modern bassists worked, within the confines of a rock band. So he wasn't so much a rhythm instrument. If you study string quartets, the cello doesn't just go dun 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 dun. It has its own melody. Dun, dun, dun. So if you listen to songs like Going Blind and stuff like that, the chords are going boom, 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 but the bass is going boom, dun, 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 dun. Of course I can't sing, but the point is that the bass isn't necessarily trapped to the chords or the drums.
And you know why, Gene?
Why?
Because he used to put the bass on last sometimes, right, Tommy?
That's right.
So after he would put the bass on, so all the other parts were done, and he knew how he wanted to fill the holes.
Right.
Leaving a big joke open there.
I was influenced by a lot of different guys, obviously, but the one guy, probably more than anything, these guys know this, but he never quite got his due 100%, was Ronnie Montrose. And that was probably one of the main things. And I gotta be honest, Ace is a big influence on me as well. So.
No. Sure.
Eric?
Well, my dad used to take me to see a lot of big bands when I was a kid. Count Basie, all that, Buddy Rich big band, Louis Belcher. So I was more influenced by those guys, probably Buddy Rich the most. And I know I play nothing like him, but still, he's my drum hero.
And Paul?
Jimmy Page. The beauty of Jimmy Page is not only that he's a great guitar player, but also somebody who always plays and pushes his ability to its limits. And he's also an amazing arranger, always a great producer. Before Zeppelin's album came out, the first one, there was a band by Jeff Beck called Truth. And it was great, but when you heard Led Zeppelin was symphonic. So Jimmy's understanding and creativity has always been just mind-boggling. So he just continues to blow us away and blow everybody away.
That's a great question. Thank you.
I want to add one thing to it about Jimmy Page being a producer. When people think about like George Martin, all these great producers, Jimmy Page never gets mentioned, and he produced all those Zeppelin albums. He's the guy.
Thank you, Eric.
That's a great question. What is your name? Where are you from?
I'm Alex from Tasmania, Australia.
I gotta say, when I was growing up, I thought it was a made-up country. I'm fairly well read, but until I was 12, I thought it was a made-up country. The only way we ever heard of Tasmania was guess how? That Bugs Bunny thing.
Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah, thank you.
That's the one. Okay, question. If you each had to pick your hidden Kiss gem, what song would it be?
Our favorite song or hidden gem?
Hidden gem.
I was gonna say Anything for My Baby. I've always loved that song. We played it on the Kiss Cruise a couple years ago, and I love the way, and I'm not just saying this to suck up to him because he's sitting right here, but I love the way Paul sings. I would steal! Good, great attitude on that, on those vocals in that era of the band, Trust to Kill, and Hot Hell. I love the way he sang.
It is interesting to see when the boat rocks, all your heads move at the same time. Like wheat fields, that just... I have no idea. What hidden gems?
I'm not telling you.
Well, actually, it's not a hidden gem. My favorite Kiss song is Do You Love Me? I know it's very simple, but to me that song always typified the Kiss sound and attitude and style and vibe of what Kiss is about. Gene always said Kiss stands for Keep It Simple, Stupid. Like four on the floor. And to me, that's what that song was all about.
Craig, I'm still thinking about Craig's imitation of me. If life is a buffet, then Jesus. You only get one chance. Holy cow.
I'm working on my Eric Singer impression.
Let's hear it.
All right, it sounds like Tracy Morgan.
Hey everybody, I love LeBron James. A hidden gem, Paul?
I don't really think.
No, it does sound like him. He sounds like a 12-year-old kid, a kid who smokes cigarettes. Yeah.
I think gems don't go undiscovered. I think the songs that have kind of sunk to the bottom, I mean, apropos being on the ship, but the songs that are forgotten deserve to be forgotten.
And Gene, are there any songs you're thinking of?
Oh. Really? Have you heard Cadillac Dreams?
We heard it last night, didn't we? When we were doing the photos last night, and Cadillac Dreams came on. And I go, Paul,
Burn, bitch, burn. Wow.
you wanted the best.
And you've got the best.
I've
Wanted the best.
And you've got the best.
I've got nasty habits. It's a fine line. So many girls in so little time. When love rears its head, I want to get on your case. I want to put my log in your fireplace. That's fucking poetry.
Sounds like, hello, baby. This is the Big Papa.
Let me see. You know, I was actually
Hey, what's the one
surprised.
about like butter? Like hot night, like butter.
Fits like a glove.
Another gem.
That's a gem.
When I go through her, it's just like a hot knife through. You should have been with us when we're recording. They're going, oh boy.
How about no, 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 Gene? That's a
Not as good as Boomerang. I would say I was surprised actually when we did Quick Song. We rewrote the lyrics and everything, and Ezrin was there. It was a sad time during the band, but I'm surprised how well God Gave Rock and Roll came out. I still listen to it. I think it's a good version. I'll tell you another one that I think
You
strikes
know
me
why,
as-
Gene?
Why? Because you were there.
Because that was my first Kiss track.
That's right.
settle down.
But I would say that the biggest surprise is, quite honestly, I've never been a Ramones fan, but we appeared on a Ramones record, and I thought the version that we did of Rock and Roll Radio, that rocked. I really liked it.
And just to clear the record, that's only Paul, Gene, and I playing on it. Paul did all the leads and all the guitar.
And interesting, Johnny lived down the street from me, and he said to me, he said, that's what we would hope to sound like. He thought the song was just knocked out of the park.
I thought it was, and ironically, Bob Ezrin was in the other studio producing Jane's Addiction, and he came over and he goes, oh, I know the saxophone player from Pink Floyd. He had him come down, and I called Derek Schwinn in, and he came down and did the keyboards, but it was Paul, Gene, and I that did it.
Great question. It's great answers. Thank you.